Well, here we are on mattress sale day, also known as as President's Day. Like Bill Maher said on his show this past week, um, doesn't understand what all the deal is with mattress sales. That would seem to be more appropriate for Johnny Depp Day than for President's Day, but that's what we got. Just sitting here at the mall waiting for Barnes & Noble to open. It's been a kind of boring weekend. Been raining all weekend here in Florida, and they had to cancel the Daytona 500 yesterday, which they're going to try and run later today, I guess around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sitting here just hanging out. My wife still had work today, so I dropped her off this morning at 7 o'clock. Been sitting around doing nothing, watching some of my old videos about our house build that I put up, over there in the Philippines. But just thinking about a wide variety of topics, especially some of you probably have seen all the drama over in Dramageddon, as it's called, or Doomageddon, the one expat over there who got into a fight with somebody, said, let's step outside and handle this like men, and punched him in the face a few times. Because apparently that's how men handle things, they beat each other's faces in. It's just really, really sad to see some of these people who are supposed to be, like older, like retired people that you think would have learned to have a little bit of dignity or self-respect, and they act like little kids. It's like when I was back in junior high, and somebody would be like, all the local white trash, as we used to refer to them then, they always wanted to fight because they didn't know how to do anything else. Meet me on the tennis courts at lunchtime, and it's just sad to see people, retired in a foreign country, hanging out at the local coffee shops, screaming at each other, fighting with each other, and then stepping outside to handle things like men and punch each other in the face. It's no wonder that our species is hanging on by a thread. Like a bunch of primates fresh out of the trees, kicking each other's asses because, no, I want the last banana. That's what the human race is like. Except as we have progressed, if you want to call it progressing, now we kill each other over who gets the last oil field or the last, bit of water, or who gets to have this piece of land or that piece of land, who gets to be in charge. Even if nothing's going to change if one person's in charge compared to another person, or one political party compared to another political party, because there's only so many ways you can do things to have any kind of a decent lifestyle for everyone. But they just got to be the ones that are in charge, and they just got to feel cool and, have their ego stroked and feel like they're the man, and, it's really sad. You think that people as they get older would not want to, look like assholes like that, just stupid little children. And, a lot of them still think it's cool. They really still think it's cool. I used to always hear people, say, treat the elderly people with respect. Or you hear that age brings wisdom. And it doesn't necessarily, Some people become wiser as they get older. Other people just get dumber. They become more and more stuck in whatever ideological prejudices that they were indoctrinated with as children, because their parents indoctrinated them and those people's parents indoctrinated them, and we're going to do things this way, and this group of people is right, this political philosophy is right, this religion is right. And I've met so many old people who were just trash. They don't learn. They get more and more stuck in their own prejudices and biases. And it's just like, it's even like with religion. A lot of people, when you have spent your whole life on something, you've sacrificed everything else to be a part of it. You've given up the things you really wanted to do, even as a child, perhaps in your young adult years, to try and please some religion. it's amazing how many people are incapable of turning away from that as they get older and learn more and see what's really going on in the world. And they understand that certain things are just not true. But once you've devoted your whole life to something, people don't want to change, because then they feel like, well, all that time I spent on that was a waste. If it was all for nothing, if it was all wrong, they're not willing to just learn and move and grow, because then they feel like, well, all the time they spent on it before was a waste. So instead, they're just willing to, kind of brainwash themselves even more deeply into a system of belief that is provably wrong in many cases, just because they can't handle the thought of, well, man, all those years I spent on this were a waste. Instead of just moving on and growing and learning from the experience and trying to have a better life now, and think about things in a more realistic way. And that's something that happens for a lot of these people. They just can't grow. They can't learn. And to see people who are 60, 65, 70 years old getting into a fight at the coffee shop, and, well, the only reason you have your business is because so and so gave you money for it, and doing this and doing that, and then insulting each other, and, all right, that's it, step outside, we're going to handle this like men, when a man would not handle things like that, and no man that deserves to be respected, at least. And man, it's just, you hear a lot of people, they get mad. Some of these Facebook groups and stuff, they talk about foreigners who don't want to talk to them or whatever, or you see these other foreigners and they won't even talk to you. If I was living in that area and I had all these crazy people running around who acted like that, why would I want to bring that stuff into my life? I wouldn't want to talk to them either. I mean, I just don't know what's wrong with these people. And then they're holding themselves up as experts on the expat lifestyle and telling other people, well, when you come over here, don't do this and don't do that, and just try and ignore people and get along. But yet, what do you see? They're inviting people out into the street to fight. These guys, they're, especially if you just got over a really bad motorcycle accident or something and you're already all screwed up, why do you want to go and get into a fight? It's just bizarre to me. I don't even know what the point of this video is, except just, all these other people over there, of course, are making all their videos about the subject. But it just got me thinking, just how screwed up so many people are. What's the point in moving to the Philippines just so you can hang out at the local coffee shop every day and get in fights with other stupid old people that should be old enough to know better? But people, it would be nice to think that people grow and progress, but honestly, people who are trash and jerks when they're young, they just turn into older trash and older jerks. I don't really know how much people actually learn, unless they've already proven at a younger age that they were capable of learning and having a brain and acting intelligently. Some of these guys, if they're acting that way now when they're like 65, 67, 69, 70 years old, if that's how they're acting now, that they were acting just as stupid, maybe even more so, back when they were younger, And I don't know. It's just really, really bizarre. I don't know. I just got in this kind of mood today. Just, I guess maybe it's just because I've been sitting around in the cloudy, weather and the rain all weekend, feeling bored. It just really made me wonder, what's the point for some of these people that, you get to the end of your life, you're cruising into the final innings, and it's coming. We all hate to think it's coming, but we all know it is. And especially some of these guys that are over there, they've got a young pregnant wife, getting ready to have a kid, and they're running around acting like this. It's just really bizarre. I don't know that I have any message in this video other than just hopefully it's a lesson for all of us that we can certainly not act like that, make fools of ourselves for everybody to laugh at on YouTube, you know, hold ourselves to some kind of a higher standard, because there are some screwed up people out there. And certainly when I get around to moving over there finally to the Philippines, I'm not going to be looking to hang out with any of them. It's yet another reason to, if anything, avoid the places where all these people are hanging out. You know, it's a bunch of people who apparently don't have lives, nothing to do but hang out at the coffee shop and make YouTube videos trashing each other. And I think it's kind of sad, you know.